And we're live on a Jupiter day, a day of love and expansion. Much better than the retrograde of yesterday and our Mercury day. Holy guacamole. What's up, everyone? I am the High Priestess Phoenix, back to myself, not fighting the Lilith. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, messenger of God, the first child of God, the Lilith reincarnated here on a Thursday. It's a thirsty Thursday. I always tell people, get at me on a Thursday. It's my day to shine. And I'm shining bright. Hey, yesterday was so intense. You go through it and you don't know what the fuck is happening to you. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. And then after you get through it, God's like, this is what you went through. So in order to keep up with me, you would have had to catch yesterday's video and all the shit in my community page. It all came down at the end and it was like, this retrograde is painful and it's messy and it's this. I was like, dude, I just made a whole video of what this retrograde was. I tried to tell people that's what I was going through in the beginning of the video, but that's not what it looks like on the outside. And there's people that can come and describe it in such perfect words, and then there's people like me that can describe it in such perfect actions. Lights, camera, action. Yeah, there was a lot of action yesterday. So then today I'm like, I finally ground before I come up here. I was having a good old laugh. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? Right? It's that Tommy Boy moment where you fucking fall down the fucking mountain and you're looking back. You're like, what the fuck was that? And ultimately the Holy Spirit was the end of a contract. And I was like, and I'm like, oh, that was horrendous. And I was like, lesson learned. And that's all it is, dude. It's so painful to learn lessons. Did you guys hear the lesson that I learned yesterday? Okay. Breathe. Usa. You can't overcome love, right? You can't overpower it, and you can't push it away. That's it. You must surrender to love. It was a painful day. Like, Cupid had me in a fucking chokehold. Had me in a headlock, dude. It was fucked up. I was all fucked up. Anyways, so, okay. In the midst of all the chaos, I didn't realize that had happened too. Keep up with me. I had seen somebody from my past, and my Holy Spirit was like, go say what's up. And without hesitation, I did. But I didn't remember it. Anyways, and so, like, my Holy Spirit woke me up at 4 a.m., I told you, you don't get to be like this without Kobe waking your ass up at 4 o'clock in the morning on some bullshit. And it was some bullshit. Anyways, at 4 a.m., I seen there was a response to that message later on in the evening. But, you know, my old ass goes to bed so early. I mean, I feel like I was in bed. I don't know what time I went to bed. The kids probably know because they, like, live here too. And I saw the message, so I responded to the message. And then I saw easy motherfucking E up in the place. So that was like a whole thing. And it's like, yeah, what were you doing up at being a witch with Kobe Bryant and Easy E? It's kind of, Pac was there too. It's something I do. Hey, you want some music? This is gonna be great. In the sense of, I went from one level of crazy to a better level of crazy, but this crazy I can prove is real. I'm very magically delicious and shit. But in the sense of, I was like, oh Lord, this is hilarious. So then I really wake up this morning, and I went through all kinds of stuff laughing about it, because I had to remember, he's like, I don't remember you. I was like, oh, that's funny, dude. That's my line. You can't take my line. So that started a whole conversation in my head. I was like, oh, that's funny. I'm always forgetting people, too. And it's like, I've been working on comedy. I was like, oh, you funny? I'm hella funny. You're funny? I'm dead. I didn't know you was funny. Anyway, so it was a whole thing. I had this whole fucking thing this morning when I actually saw the conversation. I was like, oh, this is going to be great. Then I had to remember who I was when I was like, who are you? Oh, fuck. He remembers that bitch. Fuck. Okay, well, how was that bitch with him? Oh, it was a good bitch, too. Except for that time he flipped out on his friend and told him he didn't know how to manage his music. That's okay, too. Yeah, I haven't seen him for a long time, but it was a cool thing. Anyway, so I was like, well, let me remind him who I was, or let me tell him who I am, remind him who I was, and say what's up. And it's kind of a funny thing, because after so much time and space, it'll be like, you know, let me introduce myself. My name is, and he says he's funny, so I'm just a joke, so I think that he should enjoy this. Anyway, so I woke up in that, and I was just laughing. I was having a good old fucking day. I was like, okay, well, today's a different day. And what do we got going on today? Dude, today we have to go get some air conditioning or some fans or something. We almost died last night. But you know what I discovered? I was talking all that shit about there's no airflow in this bitch. And I came up the other way. I took the elevator the other way. And there was actually a window on my floor directly down my hallway that is open. So I just want to say that if there is any air, it's coming down my hallway. Praise God. But ultimately, no. Last night was fucking so hot. It was so hot. I gotta go out and get some fans and some stuff. And I don't know. We talked about getting, I tried to tell my kids we were gonna get a pizza and go over to the lake. We haven't done that, so that's what we were talking about today. It's a good day in the neighborhood. That's what I told him to. I was like, let's get out and do some stuff. And then ultimately, Mr. Rogers is still trying to get me to do my laundry. And if I can get all the kids out, it makes sense to utilize the hand force and just pack it all up and do that too. Or at least when I get back, I'll make them bring it all down. If they don't want to be part of that bullshit. Because really, they don't help. They don't help. They just stay there, as something I have to, keep my eye on, and then they get bored. It's like, you're not helpful. I'm already bored. I don't want to stand here and hear how bored you are. Some things are just better left to be done by yourself. Anyway, so that's what my day is looking like. I feel good. Do you feel good? We went through a hard day. Yesterday was a hard day. So they really can happen midweek. You do go through a mini ego death midweek. If that was mini, what the fuck is coming on tomorrow? It's Friday then. We're going to have to face fears and let parts of... Every Friday is designed. It's love. And Venus is not here, so it's really hard. The day is... I should bring up my Vedic astrology. Okay, Monday is Moon Day. You're in your Moon energy. I'll try to describe that to you. Tuesday is your Mars Day. You're in your Mars energy. So Monday is your mind and your emotions. Tuesday is your drive. That's your divine masculine. That's your drive and your, God who gives us strength shit. Get shit done. Wednesday is your Mercury, where you're in your communications and you're in your, you're in your feelings and you're expressive in your feelings. That's Hermes. That's, express yourself. Thursday is your Jupiter. It's your biggest planet of the, in the solar system. It's all about expansion and growth, where you really, bloom. Friday is a Venus day. That's a love day. I don't know an individual that can really harness the shit out of that day and be all loving every fucking Friday. I want to meet that person. But in essence, for those of us that have a hardened heart, this heart day pushes heartache. Saturday is a Saturn, which pushes your limits, your age, and reality. So you take your heartbreak plus your fucking limitations, and it's Friday, then Saturday, Sunday. You're like, by Sunday, you're in numb. You're like, that was so painful. What a painful weekend I've been through. Monday, you're in your mind and your emotions about it. Tuesday, you have the strength to get over it. Wednesday, you're fucking talking shit about some new shit. Thursday, you're celebrating, just the fact that it's another day and you survived another week, only to face it again on a Friday. The weeks go by real fast. The ascension goes fast. The fucking heartache is kind of always, new levels of the bullshit. But you're making changes. And you're growing and you're becoming, a better person. And it's a long journey, and the marathon continues. Hey, did you see Nipsey? Nipsey came through on some good shit. Dude, his fucking braids were always so tight. It gave me a headache just looking at it. I don't want someone to braid. Dude, these fucking Venezuelans do their daughter's hair so awesome. I'm like, damn, come do my hair. They said not to fuck with your appearance during this time, but it is very tempting, I must say. I feel it. Alright, let's check the current energy for today, and then again, tomorrow, this won't be tomorrow. Tomorrow will be in some dirty, dark bullshit. Anyways, let's go into it. I'm like, rejection. I get rejected again. That card already fell out. Oh, nice. That's a good one. Where are we at? Daydreaming. Daydreamer and a homecoming. Went to the Queen of Pentacles. We're in our Pentacles. What's that? Reality, bro. Come back down. Back to life. 114. 115. The traditional concept of this card is cultivation. That's what I said too. I was like, I teach everyone tarot. Like, that's what we do around here, as I'm teaching myself, because I can't remember shit. It's like, what does that card mean? I don't know. Daydreaming. Thank God it gives a description. It says cultivation. We're making some shit happen. Cultivation, and shows that, and that's what I said too. God said that last night. I wasn't trying to hear God. He was all up in my life yesterday trying to bless me, and I'm like, get the fuck out of my face, bro. I'm so angry at you right now. I wasn't angry, and that's what I said. I'm not angry at anyone. I'm just dealing with a lot of built-up emotions. This is stupid. I want them to go away. And God's like, oh, you can't control them. I'm like, I'm gonna just have to sit in them then. And that's what I told you the day before. I had to show you how hard it is to do. Thanks, God. Make me look like a... And then you'll see these videos of me like, I'm just waiting on God. I'm just waiting on God. I'm fine waiting on him as long as I ain't got to deal with all that. It's a bit much. Anyways, cultivation, that shows you that if you work hard and steadily, you will reap the rewards in due course. Don't get impatient and try to rush things. Be sure that what you are striving towards is worth it, as you run the risk of working for the sake of working. Stop worrying about scarcity or lack of finances. The Seven of Pentacles assures that you have plenty to go around. This card shows that committed effort is being put into a relationship. You may be thinking about your future as a couple, or have plans that need financial consideration, such as saving to get married or buy a house. That's not what at all I saw in that guy. I was like, dude, we could do some music. We could do some music together, and I got some money. And actually, last time I talked to you, you said you stopped going to the studio and you built your own home studio. So anyways, I was thinking about all that, because that's what I'm supposed to be doing. And here comes this artist that I totally thought was amazing. And I'm like, hey, I might be walking into a pattern, huh? Now that I said that. No, not really, dude. I really believed in this person, and that made a lot of people jealous, too. He was you're going to see him, and throughout that's what's fucking funny. It's like, oh, this is a big fat circle. I ain't seen you since we first started. Where are you at in life? I'm here, about to start music. Oh, let me show you where I am, about to start music. Interesting, don't you think? I think so. But I'm not talking about getting married to buy a house. And that was what I was laughing about, too. Are you seeing anyone? No. I'm holding out till I get married. How's that working out for you? I've been celibate for about 7 years, and there's no prospects on the horizon. I think it's working quite well for me. Bought lingerie a week ago with this idea. I always keep my hopes up. What's holding you back? I want marriage and children, and that doesn't seem to be something that other men want in this lifetime. And I come with teenagers and a dog. All of this seems to be extremely intimidating to my dating life. Really? Yeah. And I'm a whole magical priestess. They don't, doesn't do so much. But has really, the music's only going to make it better. My life is great. What are you doing with yourself? I'm trying to push this documentary of how I went from freaky to, crazy to freaky. He's supposed to be a comedian, and this is my life. I told you, my life is a huge joke. He's going to think it's a joke. It's not, dude. It's the divine comedy that was written in time. That's me. I'm in all these books. You want to play in the game? In the sense of, no, I didn't see a marriage or a house. That never seems to work out for me. I've stopped daydreaming about that bullshit. If you're not in a relationship, this card advises you to be patient in your search for love, as you may have to wait some time before you meet the right person. There I am. In the sense of, I accept me. And it's like, what if he has a girlfriend? And I really laughed in my car. I laughed real hard. Like, as if any woman stood a chance in front of me. Get out of my face. I'm not trying to date the guy, dude. I'm just trying to make some music and have a friend. You got what I need. Shut up, Biz Marquis. Reverse meaning. Oh, yeah, and I talk to dead people. More or less. I said that earlier. I'm not in Pac's energy. Pac is in my energy. I'm not in Pac's energy. I was listening to Pac's music all morning long. I'm not in your energy. You're in mine, bro. You're in my reality. I didn't go to you. You came to me. Do you understand this? I am getting a hold of this. I'm getting... not at all. I'm listening to the real motherfucking G's at 4 a.m. talking about some bullshit. At least I can give him plenty of content, as I always do. Then I look back at myself, I was like, damn, bitch, you was real big. You was a big bitch. I was, dude. And I had to fight all those insecurities and tell Lewis Hamilton that I could love him. It's no wonder why he might have rejected me. It couldn't have looked good for him being a healthy guy and I smoke cigarettes being a chunky junk. But still had his junky junk. In the sense of, dude, that's why I'd be jumping on, that's how I saw myself when I was talking to Wolfman. Even though, I'm like size 10, I think now. I keep getting smaller. Anyways, in the sense of whatever. But that's how I see myself, as this big bitch. Like, I'll fuck you up. I am a big ass bitch. I go to the store and buy clothes for that big bitch. But that's not who I am. Super funny, bro. As I said, I had great clothes. I'm just not that bitch anymore. Meaning I only got better. Let's keep going. Reverse meaning. Your harvest has been poor. It may be a result of bad management or a lack of experience. Who's managing my life? God. That way I don't have to worry about such things. That's what I mean, dude. When you surrender to God, it's like so much easier. It's like, oh, then you can put all the blame on him. You can put the blame on me. Yep, Akon, we put it on him. He did this. And he did it for a reason. And when you know he did this to you, then you start breaking it down. Why did you do this for me? But a lot of it is like, why are you doing this to me? No, I'm doing it for you. What the fuck are you doing for me? What have you done for me lately? And then he looks at it and he's like, look at all the shit I do for you, you ungrateful bitch. Well, he doesn't talk to you like that, but we have a thing. I've known him since the beginning of time, so it's like, I talk to him like I talk to you. I don't talk to Jesus like that, though. Why? Why would you talk to a kind person in such a way? God's not been so kind to me. It starts again. What are you talking about? I didn't destroy you. I gave you all these things, and I gave you all these lives, and are you keeping track? No, it's unconditional. I'm still loving you, even though you keep trying to say I'm a bad guy. Okay. We can go on like this. What's going on with her? She's having an argument with God right now. Who's going to win? God? Anyways, going back to you guys and your bad management or lack of experience. I have no experience. God runs the shit and he gives me experience. It's frustrating, but you need to apply yourself more and work harder. Oh, I'm seeing Jonica. Did your song fucking bomb? Like the last one? Oh, new music every week. Oh god, they're gonna bomb every week. Take a break. Ellie, where's your weekly fucking bomb? I dropped a bomb on you, baby. You're gonna put me in front of a microphone. This is great. I've been telling you forever, Marshall, to pass me the mic. When this all started, and that's what I was fucking talking shit about Pac. The day that I got kicked out of my house, I was literally going to find a tablet so I could auto-write for Pac. I said, I'm a white girl. There's no way I could rap for Pac. He's black. It would sound so weird, right? And then, here we are. I just want to point that out. That's what I was doing the day the police called me and said that they were locking out my house. I was guided by Pac to go get a tablet to write his music for him. He wanted to be heard, and I was going to write for him. What do you think's going to happen when I get in front of those microphones, bro? Every fucking artist that forces their voice out of me now is going to fucking sing, bro. Am I going to be there? Yeah, my voice. My voice. And that's what it means to be a messenger. There's me, and then there's the message. I'm just delivering the message. Do my prophets no harm. Oh, and then he was, all of those messages about your karma. This is your karma. What does it mean? Pac said it, and I just looked at him, and he's, I try to tell you people. If he's my avenging angel, what do you think he's going to be on the mic? And then there's me. I just want to dance. I want to dance. Oh yeah, all the fucking female artists are for sure coming out. This is gonna be a great shit. You want to do a fucking song with me? With me and the Holy Spirits? It'd be great. Anyways, going back to you guys and your shitty ass hard work. A relationship is suffering. You need to sit down and decide what you really want as a couple and put effort into achieving it. Okay, I have to tell you my sins. I must confess my sins. Alright, yesterday it's in that video. in that video. There's so many videos that you guys haven't seen that I would just blow steam on and save them. They're in all of my so many videos. You're like, I never seen this. No, you never saw that part. There were certain parts I was told to hold back, but it didn't mean it didn't come out. So yesterday morning, I'm like, I have fucking had enough about him. Like, I just wake up and I'm seeing him. And I'm just like, no, not today, Satan. Not today. I don't want to see you. And it's almost like in front of your face and you just keep fucking pushing it away. Get the fuck out of my Bobby. I don't want to fucking see you, Bobby. Fuck you, Bobby. Fuck you, Bobby. That's how I woke up in the morning. I'm just like, get the fuck out of my face. His just image is all over my face. I'm like, the fuck out of my face, bitch. That's how I woke up, right? I was like, all right, this is what my logical mind came up with, dude. And it didn't work. But it did not. It got me in trouble trying to do something, trying to control the situation. Alright, there's these pictures of him and his wife on the actual internet. Like, together. They worked at a company together, and these company pictures are still on the fucking internet. Right? So I pull up the picture, and I'm using this picture. I'm trying to use this picture to fuel me, to piss me off, so I can get mad and get him out of my face. But it's not working. I get mad in the sense of, you're not even that fucking guy anymore. Why the fuck did I even like that guy? Look at this, broad. Look at this. I mean, I opened this whole fucking scenario out on myself in the morning, trying to just get it out. Well, I got it out for sure. It was a whole shit show. Going back to it, I had this moment. A relationship is suffering. You need to sit down and decide what you want as a couple and put effort into achieving it. And that's where this whole fucking detachment just kept coming and coming and coming. I just want out of it. I don't want a future with him. I don't want any of this. I was put on me. I accepted it. I wore it. I fucking believed in it. I fucking did everything I could. I don't want to wear it no more. Get it off of me. And that's what I was praying for yesterday. It's like, how do I get this feeling for him off of me? Tried everything. I've tried magic before. I've done cord cuttings. I've done more than you know in these videos when it comes to him, and especially Russ. The other ones, not so much, bro. But it's like, just get them the fuck off of my energy, bro. Get them the fuck out of my memory. Get them the fuck out of my fucking reality. And that's what I mean. There's these videos of me praying to God, dude, going to the fucking highest levels of judgment and asking for these contracts to be broken. I don't want to deal with the feelings that come with this. I know I signed up and I said I promised that I would help these people evolve, but they're dragging me down and they're fucking making my job harder than it needs to be. And then I pulled in the angels and I pulled in the courts. I'm like, if they're not making it harder for me, then they're not doing their job to make this, you know what I mean, to help me lubricate this ascension. In the sense of, I'm like, the torture is more than what I signed up for. And then you got Kobe and, you know, Pac, like, you can do it. Don't be a bitch. No, I don't. I did it. Enough. At what point does your free will take over and you know what I mean? And we have to wait till the next run. And it's not that you're off your path. It's that your contracts will cease to exist. You're still on your path. You just didn't go on your path. You didn't take the path. And that's what I've been screaming at Russ. You've never got on the fucking timeline, bro. I'm so many timelines away from you that you're just totally still on the same line of destruction you were when I first met you, which is a complete waste of my time and energy. Because it's not that you haven't, it's not in you now. You have all of the information. You have no need to watch not one more of my fucking videos. I could die today and you'd have what you needed. And all of it, as soon as I get it out, and it's everywhere. Everything that a humanity needs in order to ascend is in those videos. Me staying here is just helping individuals and myself. Once I've got there, which I have, it's more about just helping the individuals get there. But if I've given you all of my life's work and it's done, and that's what this life is about, is to how did you impact humanity? How did you help humanity? My life was an expression of how to get back home to God. right? And once it's all out there, it's done. I've done my life. I came here to do this. I don't have to hold your fucking hand. And if you're going to keep holding, digging your grave one spoonful at a time and shoving it in your face, you know what I mean? Then I can't help you. And that was the video that fucking Pac said. And it's that movie Holes. There's a million holes in this fucking dirt farm. And inside of it is each and every single one of you. Further and further than the other. Some are at this level, some are that. You've literally dug your own graves. And he's sitting there with, in a dirty form, that last dirty picture that he took with that fucking hat, and his pants down, looking like a farmer, sitting there like, look at him. I was like, what have you done? I didn't do anything. They did it themselves. And you're going to come to me and ask me to get you out? I'm supposed to reach into your karma, into your pit of fucking despair and get you out when the whole point was to get you up? Holy moly, no. But I still learned it. I learned my lessons. As irritating as your fucking flesh made it, I learned my lessons. And it's with free will choice. You did learn. You know now what you do. It's your choice. And as I walk away, you are literally relieved of the fucking promises. You have to walk in those promises of Christ. You have to walk in the blood of Christ. You have to restore your birthright. To be all protected and have that grace and that mercy and that understanding and that faithfulness and that hope. Joyfulness, the fruits of the Spirit. You need to walk in the spirit of truth in order to inherit that in your life. Otherwise, you're walking in your flesh, which is your mind, and it's filled with nothing but fear and insecurities, blame, shame, regret, hatred. All of that lies within you. You're the walking dead, and I gave you the fucking keys to the kingdom, and you want to keep walking around dead. At what point am I freed from this situation? Because your heart knows. And again, as we go back to your higher selves and where I connect with you, your higher self can't make you. It's trying to talk good shit into you all day long. All day long, your heart is trying to tell you what to do to make your life better. But you deny your higher self. The angels and God cannot. They can force everything to be worse on you in hopes that you can see the better, but you just want to hold on to the worse. At what point am I relieved of my duty and they have to just consider the fact that this is another damned generation? Meaning you're just going to be just like your mother's, father's, mother's cursed generation. You're just living in their karma. You have not broken not one fucking thread and stepped up into a higher dimension of light. So in essence, you learn no lessons in this life. You will be reincarnated to have to face all the same lessons in the next life, and the next life, and the next life, and the next life. Same as your fucking parents. They didn't go to fucking heaven, assholes. The gates, first off, aren't open. And the fucking spirit realm is reserved for those that are either waiting to come back and finish their work, or those that have done their community service to mankind. When Mr. Plum leaves, even though, when he dies at 100 years old, and he blows out that candle, he's done with life. He used this last life as a self-sacrificing life to change humanity and be a service to all mankind that he came in contact with. He sacrificed his own desires, his own wants, his own everything to serve the better good of his communities and anyone that ever came in contact with him. He goes to that final resting place. His parents were exactly that way. His father would pick people off the street. They were some of the only white families that accepted, the black community during that, time period. They were from Texas and everything. They were great people. Just great people in this life, so they were able to go and, finally rest. They had had their life experiences before this life, maybe a few that they wanted to experience in this life, and then they gave their lives to others. Pac, Kobe, Nipsey, all of them did half of it. Didn't learn their lessons. So, contract between us was they ascend with me. And I fulfill their karma. I learn their karma. I take their karma because their karma is aligned with my karma. Right? I put my name on the line for these motherfuckers, is what happened. You're gonna help me in the spiritual realm. I'll take care of your physical realm, and together we'll rise. That's how it works. They have to. I have to. For all of us to go to heaven, I'm going. They're just assisting. That's the contract. And many approached. Can you go and free these bloodlines? Free all of these people. Free all these people. Who are these people? From past lives. They live within you. You're their generation of people. From the beginning of time, you're passed down. They put all of their curses are in you, but all of their bloodline. As you ascend, you take your bloodline with you. Because you learned the lessons they couldn't. So you take, the lessons were put on you by them and yourself because it aligns with it. These were always meant, my fucking karma was my family's karma, was Pac's karma, was Kobe's karma. We all had similar karma. Give it all to me. Give it all to me. Because ultimately I'm here to clear all karma. But if you in your punk ass fucking position in this little weenie ass life do not want to ascend, you hold back all your family. If you bred other kids, now it's your kids' responsibility. Because if you won't ascend, you didn't teach them how to ascend. I've taught my kids how to ascend. And in essence, they're better at it than me. Meaning they ascend. What does that mean? They are the bigger person in the room. Be the bigger person is what they say. Meaning they're not going to react to their feelings. They can sit there and see a bunch of people acting out in their feelings, and they can show a Christ-likeness in the room. They see people hurting. They want to help people. They're kind. They're observant. They're not self-centered, self-loathing. They're not about the self. They want themselves to experience it, but they spend all day watching the experience themselves. You know what I mean? In the sense of, they're not me, what I used to be. I mean, yeah, they've got my fury, they've got my mouth, they've got my attitudes, they've got certain parts of me, but the cursed parts of me, we've worked together. As I've learned them in this house, what was wrong with me and where it came from, I explained to him, look, this is what I learned about myself, and my mom was like that, and my brother and my sisters, and, this is where this comes from. And then there's parts of them, I'm like, look, that's how your dad was. That was a generational curse. You can break this. Or, if not, your kids are going to be like this. Somebody has to break the curse, dude. And it's not fair that we should do it. There was many times that I cried that I had to be the better mother. I had to be the better father. I had to be the better person. But in order to do that, of course I was guided, but it's like, you do. You can't be better than them and still be with them. And it doesn't mean that you have a better understanding about it and you have a better way when it comes to making these kind of decisions. I'm no better than any girl. But do you know what I mean? But I'm just like a girl. It's understanding. It's the equality of what I stand for as Lilith. I don't know where we got so caught up in that. I'm like, ugh. If a relationship is suffering, you need to sit down and decide what you want as a couple and put effort into achieving it. And that's it. What are you hoping to achieve in these relationships? You want to build relationships for material success, as I see with me and this guy. I think we could have fun, and I think that we could build, musical success and have fun doing it. Very simplistic. But in the sense of, you know what I mean? Let's put the boundaries of, you know what I mean? What am I looking, this is where I'd like to work with you. And then there's always that smear of where you're, you know what I mean? People are trying to understand the boundaries. Well, you got a boyfriend? Something weird like that. Tell me about no, I don't want to know about your girlfriend. I don't want to know about your life and shit, because then and ultimately I'll probably just judge you and tell you that you deserve better. So how about let's just keep it to music. It's not you, it's me. It's not that I'm encouraging, it's that I encourage too much. I have this Kobe Bryant spirit that's always saying, you can have a better job, you can have a better life. And I'm going to judge it like that. So how about let's not? Let's not. It's not you, it's me. I do it to everyone and everything. It's not that I judge that you're not good enough. It's that I know God wants better for you. Like everywhere, bro. And in most cases, these people have multi-million-dollar houses, and I tell them that God wants something better, and it's not this, and they really get mad. What do you mean better? I don't know. Kobe or Kanye, go talk to Kobe about it. Anyways, work hard. Spiritual work at hand. Ew. Are you feeling ruined? I did yesterday. I was like, we're in our swords. It's in your mind. It's all in your mind. It's all in your mind. Your swords are your mind. It's your mind. Your intellect. It's where you put your mind. You're putting your mind in this bullshit. I feel it. Alright, the Ten of Swords represents a sudden and unexpected disaster. Whether this is a physical or mental illness or related to a relationship, betrayal, failed project, or other misfortune, it crushes you. I was crushed yesterday. I mean, nothing really happened. You just, like, what is happening? These are repressed emotions, bro. This happened, like, so long ago. Like, this has nothing to do with today. I've been holding on to emotions for 39 years. Anything could come up, and I could act a fool. It comes on specific days to try to lock myself away on those days. But ultimately, yeah, I'm kind of, you know, an ogre. I have many layers. Anyways, it's funny. That's all I saw. It seems as though I'm totally that princess, right? Like Princess Fiona, but I'm really an ogre. It seems as though all hope has been snatched away. You have hit rock bottom. However, the worst has happened. The waiting and speculation are over, and this can bring a sense of... It's like, dude, I already accepted that it was over. I just... the feelings. This is so obnoxious. Why can't it be over? It is over. Just deal with it. I am! I want it to be over. I have a very sick way of dealing with pain. I just turn it off, and now they keep trying to turn it on, and I fight the turning on, and sometimes I don't. But yesterday, it's like, it's over. Thank God, it's over. Huh. Death is a symbol for change and endings in the tarot, and all endings are beginnings. In all deaths, rebirth. It might not feel like it, but you have reached a turning point. This is the final ordeal, the darkest hour before the dawn. Dude, yesterday was an asshole day. That's what I told the kids. I am dying inside. And then we found this little walk, dude. It was so cool. In the middle of the day, we were going to get in the car and go fucking hunt down some ice cream. We wanted an ice cream. It got hot yesterday. I was like, dude, let's get an ice cream. So we went out there, and I was like, maybe we should just, like, walk around. There's lots of businesses and stuff. Maybe we could just find something around here. We started to walk, and my spirit took us over into this little place, and we found this pretty brook. And lots of places where obviously, you know, fucking lanky white people on their fucking lunch breaks go to sit. Nobody does that. They build this stuff for these people, but they don't utilize it. And then you get mad that fucking homeless people or fucking cool adventurers and pot smokers like myself go and, you know, sit and really enjoy these open spaces. It's like these people don't have open minds, let alone put them in an open space. Ugh. Anyways, so it was this beautiful brook, and there was these, I was like, oh look, there's a bridge, let's cross the bridge. And we crossed the bridge, and there's a freaking, it's all on my community page, there's a ladybug. We cross the bridge, we find a fucking Target. Ta-da! And we haven't been to Target forever, so we're like, dude, we were all over that place looking at all kinds of shit and just fucking around with shit. And it was super funny. I laughed so hard because I pulled the lavender card, and they're like, calm down. I was like, I'm not calm, it's not working. And then I go through the store, and there's like lavender flavored food. I was like, what the fuck does lavender taste like? I'm sure lavender tea or something, but I don't know what it tastes like. I just know what it smells like.
Lavender whipped cream.
Yeah, it was all this stuff. We were having a fun time, and that was the Holy Spirit took us out for a little, you know, breather. Anyways, it might not feel like it, but you've reached a turning point. This is the final ordeal, the darkest hour before the dawn. And that's what it said last night. It was like, it's the final countdown. And I was like, yeah, that's what they said. These people are about to. But if I look back on it, again, I went through 2 years of, you know, really hard fucking darkness too, dude. So it's like, it will probably last a whole year. to be honest. You have a whole cycle of experiences to learn. Even if you learn your lesson that you didn't learn last spring, you still have summer lessons. Every season is that's what I'm catching on to, and I'll paint it out, but I can see it playing out in my Facebook and all of that. We're going to put it all together. You can see that these seasons, dude, initiated certain teachings, certain understandings, and even though I've already understand them, we still go back into it for more understanding, that this is what happens at this time in life. And that's what I show you about that 10-day forecast. 10 days of this. But during this time, we always learn this. And it's kind of like a syllabus to, you know, the tree of life is like what they were really trying to do when God created this time and space. How to utilize time and space. Fucking everything is on a time, right? The planets have always been going at the same time. The stars basically don't move. You know what I mean? We're the only thing that moves. So in essence, it's on a pattern. Everything is on a pattern, and if you catch the pattern, you can ride with it. This is nearly the same time that we had the solar, the solar eclipse last year. Out of nowhere, the Holy Spirit moves me down. It was around spring break, wasn't it? Some crazy time like that. I give up trying to hold the hotel here in Colorado, and the Holy Spirit tells me to move down to Oklahoma. Where I move is the exact alignment of where this is going to hit first. Where I learn it like a week later that hundreds of thousands of people come down here for this, and I'm making jokes that my spirit brought me for it. Now it's a year later, and we're still about to have it happen, but because it's not the same big one, it's going to be another build up to the same big one we had. And that's where we start to learn these cycles and how the planets are actually influencing our planets, but us as the species and every species on the planet, so we can work with this flow and understand it. That goes back to Vedic astrology. And all of this spirituality bullshit, they start with astrology. And there's something called a birth chart. And you put it in, you got to be careful where you're putting that in, but they want to know where you were born, the exact place, like state and city, and at what time. And based on just that, they can tell you what your planetary blueprint looks like. Vedic astrology took this planetary blueprint and could see, based on how much planet you had, or how much of each planet you had already in you, how much it would take for you to be a whole universal system again. What you needed to learn from how to fill each cup of this planetary energy. Based on how much planets you have on it. And it's 12 houses, right? They're called your 12 houses. What you don't understand is your 12 houses are your 12 zodiac signs. So as we go through each of these signs, that is an opportunity for you to fill your cup of each of the planets that are moving through these signs. So listen to what it's going on right now. We're having a Venus retrograde in this season. So then you have to understand what your Aries means in your chart. Where do you stand as where's your, what is your Aries, which is your first house? What do you accomplish in this time? Okay, and then you understand what Venus means in your life. It's a whole fucking blueprint, right? So Aries is your self. It's the identity. It's the beginning of existence. It's yourself. Venus is how you look at love and your relationships. So now retrograde means it's been pulled away. You're in the identity of yourself. But now the way that you view relationships and how you deal in relationships has just been pulled away. And you're left with just yourself. And overlooking the relationships because they're inactive since the planet is not feeding them. Now you have Mercury retrograde, which happens all the time. I don't know how many times, but it goes around the sun, obviously, because of its location, a lot faster. So that motherfucker retrogrades, I think, like every fucking 4 months or 3 months. I don't know how long it takes for that bastard to go around. A retrograde means Mercury is our way of communication, our connections and shit like that. Every time that fucking pulls away, we go back into a survival mode. All right, so when it's near us, we're connected. We feel connected. When it goes back, when it disappears, we feel disconnected, and we try to use ways to reconnect, which is, your childish ways, how to get attention, in essence. And you learn how this works. So every time it comes around, you become stronger and stronger in the force. But the forces are going to keep coming around. You learn how to harness the forces of the planets during the seasons. Now, Wiccan calendars, and that's where it gets all fucking twisted. And we have more and more to learn. And this is all him, bro. This is all him. Is how this construct was created in our reality. So then we have what we deem as the new year in January. But the new year doesn't start till the new season, which could be zodiac. The first sign in the zodiac would say, we just started our new year at the spring equinox, or that Aries season. Spring is all about new growth, the new season. Okay, then you have Chinese New Year's, and then you have Pagans New Year's. So pagans work with the dark forces. The beginning of the dark forces is in, again, the veil is in Samhain or Samhain, depending on how you say it, which is fucking Halloween. It's the beginning of the dark forces. That's the beginning of our year, is Halloween. When our years, you know what I mean? It's the best of our year, and then it starts to wane. Each of them have, and they literally, it depends on your DNA. So, like I tell you guys, yeah, I'm in America. What time is it in America? It doesn't matter. My DNA is Egyptian. I'm on an Egyptian calendar. Most of my DNA is that of the Egyptians. Okay, so now I'm a Sagittarius, right? I'm 80% Sagittarius, meaning to be a full me, which is today, Jupiter is part Sagittarius, Pisces, adventure and intuition, right? If I follow my intuition into my adventure, I become more me, right? And that's pushing through all of these areas, which are all of our planets and all of these seasons. What part of me can I be more me? So that's what it always is. It's an everlasting thing of becoming Sagittarius in all areas of my life. Feel all me, the full centaur. And then I own the planet of what I was made of, which is Jupiter. But, you know, you have to kind of understand that, and that's where that whole fucking birth chart breaks out. It's like, I've only got, you know what I mean, so much Mars that I need to go through. I only got so much Scorpio. No, I got to deal with a bunch of Scorpio, which is endings and new beginnings. You know what I mean? And that's how you learn how to ride this fucking calendar. It's the book of life. So, in essence, if I took my body from here to the southern hemisphere, what does that mean? I'm on another fucking timeline. Meaning I'm learning different lessons in a different atmosphere, in a different schedule. So, like, again, this guy and all this bullshit. The planet goes like this, right? But according to the calendars, they're going like this. Because when we have, up here in the northern hemisphere, we're going to have May Day, right? That's going to be Beltane. That's the beginning of spring, May 1st. Down here, they're having Lugnasa, which is the beginning of fall. So they're going around like this, right? The energy is split in between America, or in between the planet. It's going in different directions. There's all of that too, is you're catching all the flows. And then you have the planetary energy that's catching the weather flows that catches it. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, is all these flows of energetic exchange where you can catch, you know what I mean? They're called the, you know what I mean? The energy highway. All right, going back to this. You have to lose to win. It's all about sacrifice. It's about learning a really hard lesson and going on to have a new adventure. In the end, you want to be your whole self, right? So people like Aries, all these people that are Arians, right? Their whole fucking life's destiny is to understand themselves. That's it. And Aries is about the self. You're going to spend your whole life trying to figure out who you are. Lovely. That sounds like so much fun. I am a Sagittarius. I'm going to spend my whole life taking adventures. My whole life. What are you? What does your sign stand for, and what is it asking you to stand up as? What were you made up of? Now, you're not fully that. You're not fully yourself, because there's areas of your life that we work through in this cycle of life throughout a year that help us discover it. So, new year, new me, yes, but it's new season, new moon. There's so much new available, but you have to take this journey. So there's always endings. And there's always beginnings. We're always ending one chapter and starting a new chapter. The marathon continues. Shut the fuck up. Let's keep going. Are you keeping up with me? Impossible. Because you might be going this way and I'm going this way. Alright. You're regressing and I'm progressing, is what I heard. That's not funny. Alright, it seems as although, this is the final ordeal in the darkest hour before the dawn. Alright, the Ten of Swords reverse shows that terrible burdens have afflicted you, are beginning to lift. This may be a slow process, but know that you have survived the worst, and the worst is behind you. And that's when I sat down with her yesterday, it was over. I was like, my biggest concern, she's calm as a fucking, dude, she's like a piece of furniture. She's so calm. She's like, well, what can I do for you? I was like, my biggest concern is time. I got into a shelter before. I had 4 months to figure it out and all kinds of barriers, and I didn't have enough time. It's like, that's not a thing here. We're not going to push you out if you're not ready. We need you to utilize your time, but there's no time limit. And I was like, it's over. If I can't figure it out, you know what I mean? That's what it is. It's like, I need time to figure this out. You know what I mean? I never had time to figure out anything. I was just being flushed down the toilet from one place to another. I could only worry about one day at a time. And he made it that way so that I could learn all of these lessons. But in essence, my biggest concern was time. How much time are you going to give me here? How comfortable can I get the adventure? No. Out. And we're going to get you in a house. It's over. And it was like, geez, it's over. I told you, I felt it as I was cleaning out my car. I'm not going to live in my car again. We're not doing this anymore. Those days are over. It's over. And it's like that. It's like, dude, you know what I mean? I kept feeding it. You know, I kept calling them, and I kept calling them. And then it's like, you know, at this point, it's like, I got to do this myself. I'm going to buy a trailer. I haven't even called them to tell them I'm not taking that position. It's like, I've got to do all this by myself. The whole world is on. I can do it better by my, you know, I got God and we can do this. And I'm not afraid anymore. And if this is the God, then I can do it. And then when I surrendered, he's like, all right, you've learned your lesson. I have a new life for you. And that's what happened yesterday. All right, you've learned your lesson. I have a new adventure for you. Which I had to be brave. Go talk to, this is how it always starts. Go talk to this guy. Oh man, God. But none of that held me back. Oh, he's going to love this. He might reject you. That's okay. And that's it. It's like, I was ready. And that's what they told me 2 weeks ago. You're going to get out there, and when the time's right, you're going to make yourself available. You're going to talk to people. You're going to start being available. You're going to start being part of life. And, you know, that's it. In the middle of my darkest hour. And I just want to point out, everybody said how pretty I looked yesterday. I look my best when I'm at my worst. I don't understand it. People always compliment me when I'm dying inside. But the lady this morning, she said it. She's like, you look different yesterday. You looked down yesterday. I was like, oh, you can feel it. You can feel it. But the other people just don't see it. But if you feel it, you can feel something's up with her. But otherwise, no. Oh, she looks nice. You will act, let's see, going back to it, and that's it. It's like, you know, it didn't happen right away, but that's it. It's another challenge. You're going to have to go out there and be brave. Be who you are. Be proud of who you are. And that's where it is. It's like, and he's like, he didn't remember me, so I sent him the video. I was like, this was me. Are you proud of that? I am. I've come a long ways. I don't look like that. I'm much better than that, but this is how you remember me. This is who I was, and I'm okay with that. Instead of being ashamed of, do you remember the crazy girl from the studio? That's me. Hi! Fucking that Heath Ledger moment. Let me put my mask down. It's me. You will have to act to make things happen. However, relief will be temporary. You must want to help yourself, and this involves stop thinking of yourself as a victim. And that's it too. It's time to seize the day. They're really not pushing anything right away, and that's what we talked about. Is like, I need to get the kids into school before I build a work schedule. And they said best case scenario would be midweek next week is when we could start that. And then from there I can build a work schedule around that quite quickly. And so right now she's like, well, you know, you had an eviction. She's like, do you know where that was from? And I'm like, memories? She's like, do you know the name of your apartments? Do you know the people that you rented from? I remember the address. I could go look if I had to. And then I looked up in my email and I had a receipt. My last rent receipt was for, it was for March. It literally was. No, April. It was for April of 2022 was my last receipt, and it had the name of the apartment. So we tried to look it up. She's like, have you done a credit check? Do you have Credit Karma? And I was like, I do have that. Let me check it out. And it wasn't on my credit. And we tried to look up the apartments, and they no longer exist. We looked up the realty company that I paid my rent to. They no longer exist, and it's not on my credit. And that was the fucked up part too. I worked fucking years to build my fucking credit up, and I literally had a fucking eviction that just went away years ago. I was so like, I was finally clean, and God made me get all dirty again. And then we went looking for it yesterday, and we can't find it. She's like, well, that might take me the longest, but I'm gonna try to find this and find out if it still exists and what happens. And I told her, I was like, God works miracles in my life. I was like, it might not be there. You're like, it could never happen. I was like, God happens in my life. And after 2 years, it should show up on my credit, and I don't see it. And there's 2 things on my credit. The one that's the biggest is like $2,000, which I'm pretty sure is my credit card. And actually, I don't even think my credit cards went to my credit as default. I think they're just probably collecting interest, them bastards. Sounds more likely now that I think about it. But in essence, that's what she said. Well, first, we got to see if there's anything holding you back to renting. And I was like, what does that look like as far as renting? Well, she's like, well, if we use up all of that to pay that, then we'll have to get you, wraparound rental service, and they can help with that. But, ultimately, you got to have at least 2 paychecks, and we don't want to send you out with just 2 paychecks, but we got to get, we got to find the right housing and all of that. So, yeah, you've got time. She's like, don't worry until I tell you to worry. I was like, okay, cool. And that's it. It's like, I have shit to do, but it's not, I can't get it all done in one day. I can't, and that's it. It's like, I can't rebuild my life in a week. Not 2 weeks, not 3 weeks. It's going to take a little bit of time, but I have a lot of help, finally. I have a lot of support and resources to help me rebuild it. Like God said, He destroyed it, He will fix it. And He's going to make it better than it was before. And again, I got a message saying that I had, money coming to me. And when I looked up the actual, what it was, she missed the whole child tax credit. She said it was the earned income credit. That's exactly what gets parents that big-ass income. So there could be a big fat check. And then when I started thinking about it, that's what they pointed out, was music. You can afford to do music now. I was like, wow. Again, I do as I'm told. I don't be like, oh my God, I'm going to go buy me, before I was impulsive. Now I'm not. I just do as I'm told. I have impulses, but I don't act in them. All right. What is the outcome after an hour of this bullshit? I can take 3 cards in an hour. Oh, the 9 of Pentacles. Told you we're in our reality. This is a good card. It's a good card. Let's get back to reality. Queen of Pentacles again. 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is an auspicious card and always brings reassurance in a reading. Everything is flourishing, including your finances and relationships. You have worked hard and made many sacrifices for your success and independence, but now you can afford to relax and enjoy yourself more. Take pleasures in the fruits of your labors and the finer things of life. Have some fun. That's it too. Some fun under the sun on a Thursday, because tomorrow we'll have to get back to our hard-ass feelings and how we, and shit like that. But it's like, what does your future look like? I have a whole fucking unbelievable documentary about ascension, about the awakening that I need to spread across the world. I have a career lined up for me, but I'm also going to start, working some music to that, and to hit all areas of life and bring them, to a higher level, a higher state of consciousness. That's what we'll say. Reverse meaning. You like to relax and enjoy yourself, but you're not able to. I can see you, Russ. You have not been successful as you wish, and you need to carry on working hard, even after you begin to find it a struggle. For the sake of your health, find a way to slow down a little and look after yourself better. That's all it is. Your reward is more work. You're not doing rewarding work, guys. It's that simplistic. That's what I said. Is this going to be it? You're going to be done after this? That's what happened to Mike Stud, and Mike Stud's really facing a bad, not a good place. He had a really good run, God let him build it back up. He gave him it, all of the joys of it. And then God said, enough. Enough. He didn't listen. So then the fires came. He didn't listen. They're not listening. God told them not to go on tour this year. God told Lewis not to fucking go to work, dude. They told them, sacrifice this life. I'm going to give you a better life. Your time is done here. They don't want to hear it. Kanye, they don't want to hear this, bro. Logic made the sacrifice. He sacrificed his music career, and then he came back, and it was nothing like it was before, in the sense of, he had to face reality that it might be time to move on and do something better with my fucking life. NF was like that in his 30s, bro. In the beginning, he did this interview. He's like, I don't want to be 40 still rapping. But in the sense of he's still trying to explore, what the fuck am I going to do with myself? If I don't do this, what am I going to do with myself? Well, at least, taking the break like Royce is better than Tom Brady telling everyone you're going to quit but can't do it, looking like a fucking punk. Or looking like fucking Marshall, old and refusing to do it. Like Lewis, you're just refusing. And God's working against you. Not necessarily you. He's not working against Marshall. But he's eating Marshall up in his feelings. He's fucking up his outside world. Marshall's losing everything just like the rest of you, dude. His mom, everything is happening outside of him. And you think that, it's easy just to carry on with his career and act like, ain't shit happening. It didn't feel like shit before until we had to actually feel what it felt like to be us and when this shit happens. It ain't nothing like what we've been through, but it's like we can't get through this one. Why? Because we've been going through it for too long. You're going to learn on this one. This one ain't half as bad as all the other times, but you realize this is the same fucking lesson that you ain't learned for 20, 30, 40 fucking years. Kanye, you're the oldest of us. He acts like the biggest kid, doesn't he, though? That's really, what it's all about is what the fuck are we here doing? What are you doing to me, God? Teaching you some hard lessons. Thanks, Mr. Rogers. Roger. In the sense of, it's really the truth, guys. Just learn it. Just get out of it. He's like, he's trying to show you a way out, but you can't see the way out because you're not paying attention. You don't see what he's trying to teach you, and that's it yesterday. He put me right into it. He put me in the feelings of love with him, and all I wanted was out, bro. I looked for every way out. I kicked and screamed and did everything. Only to come to, all right, what, God, what? What I learned is, I can't overcome this feeling. It's a gift from God that I treat like a curse, and I don't like it because it's not reciprocated, which means, I don't like the conditions of this feeling, right? But it's unconditional. It comes from nowhere, and it doesn't have form, and it can't be controlled, is what he taught me yesterday. He put me in love with this man, and I fought him. I don't want to love this man, only for me to learn what love is. Love is a force that you cannot control, and you cannot forget. And when you lose it, it leaves a hole in you that you can't mend. You just go on. That's a lesson that everybody learns real hard, and it takes all their life to fucking learn. And that's what he said. You can't fix Lilith in one day. Meaning I can't fix that hole inside of my heart from losing the ones I love. But I can go on. But I can't forget about it. And I can't control it. And it's a basic life lesson that, you know what I mean? I had to learn in one day. Did it take one day to learn it? No, it took many lifetimes, but in one day I finally learned the lesson. And that's it. Was there a man on the other side? No, just my love for the man. And now I understand. And that's all it is, bro. Why you keep doing this to me, God, so you can learn this lesson? What's the lesson? Again, you're not going to like it. It's some basic-ass bullshit that you should have already put on, but you refuse to accept, and it's the same shit they tell everybody. And now you get it. You fucking truly get the lesson. Because you went through it to get it. You had to keep going through it till you got this lesson and understood it. Now I understand it. And now I can understand it in myself and in others. What's wrong with them? They're powerless to love. They lost love, and it's a pain inside of them that they can't control and they can't forget. And they just wish it would go away. What's wrong with fucking Marshall? That. What's wrong with fucking Russ? That. What's wrong with Bobby? That. In finding out what was wrong with me, I figure out what's wrong with you. And that's why this is a self-healing journey. And now, because I know how I feel, I know how you feel, and I have compassion, and I have understanding, and I have forgiveness. Why? Because you probably fucking don't want to love me as much as I don't want to love you. Life lessons. Thanks, God. Thanks for using my life as an expression of your bullshit. In the sense of, we're all an expression of God. I just express the darker sides of it. And that's okay. I'm not ungodly. This is a dark side of, the feelings. I'm the Antichrist. Yeah, that's what they say. I give birth to the Antichrist is what they say. I think you got the story looked up, but okay. Let's end on one little oracle card. I saw Lumen Moon Tarot reading these like they were fucking tarot cards. Yeah, you can take them. You saw that, dude. It has one word to it. You can use that one word description and totally mutilate the work that was put behind this card. You know what I mean? You could take this one sentence out of the Bible and completely mutilate the fucking work that was put into this message. And use it for your own self-gain, right? We can just take these cards and just say that it is, it is what it, read the book by its cover. Or you can open the book and understand what the fucking card means. Sorry. I like you. I'm just mean. Get the fuck out of my face. Just kidding. I'm going to say that this has to do with the other guy that I'm resurrecting and not this other guy that won't just die. It's how you choose to believe it. It's where is your mentality? Is this the past coming to haunt you? Or is this a past that's coming to be resurrected? In a good way or a bad way? That's it. I could see the two sides to this coin. And that's what it is. You don't fully know. That's what she said. Oh, you guys have some unfinished business. This card means more than that. If you'd open the book. I went to 23. Where am I? Peace. Peace be with you. And rising, beautiful souls. That's what Bobby said. The one thing I know about you is your feelings are always changing. Yeah, because I ride that shit, bro. I get to the bottom of those feelings, bro. And it's ugly. It's a dark... Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Only to find my light again. Then I gotta swim back through that bullshit again tomorrow. It's like swimming through what? The fucking shit pool of life. Number 10. Unfinished business. Oh God. Complete lesson. Lack of closure. A need to make amends. Alright, this is a time to tie up loose ends as you near completion of a cycle or project and mastery of a lesson or skill. Before you can move forward, it's important that you come to terms with where you are now. Practice radical acceptance. Take inventory so the emotional and psychological closure can occur. I'm so starving all of a sudden. And the answers you seek will be found. You can move forward if you are leaving things. You can't move forward if you're leaving things unfinished. Reflect on what has passed so the symphony can finally end on a high note. And that's where it is. It's like, although we come. Dude, where's the yellow brick road start? Like, when do I get to get out of the flaming coals and walk on the yellow brick road? Follow the yellow brick road. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to be happy about it. They said it's almost over. Let's see. Relationship. Moving on is difficult when love lingers. Things are left unsaid and you haven't had the opportunity for closure in your relationship and in your heart. You still feel bound up in relationships when closure is denied you. It's important to achieve this for yourself. Write that letter, make that call, or have that conversation over a cup of coffee. That's what started all of this. I'm not meeting you for a coffee ever again. For peace of mind, accept matters as they are, make amends if need be, and declare your feelings if only to yourself. And that's what it was, bro. I could not accept it, and he said it a billion times, and I shared it in that video. I can't be the man that you deserve, or the man that you want. I can't give you the things you want. No, but you can. No, but I can't. No, but you can. At what point is she going to accept this? I mean, you're going to learn this, right? You're eventually going to learn that I can't be that guy. I mean, I learned my lesson, yes. It was very painful. I don't know why I didn't learn it earlier, because I didn't want to learn it. I didn't want to believe it. That's all it is, bro. You don't want to believe it. Some of these you can drag out and make very difficult for yourself. But in the sense of, you can't force yourself to get over something you're not over. I got over it and realized you can't, bro. He can't. He can't. For so many reasons, they can't. They can't talk to me because there's nothing they can say to me. They can't stand up to me because they can't stand up at all. Get up, stand up. It's nothing against them. It's just... Shut up, Paul. It's just the way it is. It's like, you know, what was he going to say? What in my imagination was going to happen after that? We were going to talk like nothing happened and build off of that? No, because he knew what I wanted and he couldn't give me what I wanted. It had to stop. And yeah, my feelings were going to get hurt. They always were hurt because I couldn't have him. And he kept telling me I couldn't, and I just kept not accepting. My heart wouldn't accept it. And so yesterday, my heart is like, still won't accept it. And I'm doing everything to tell it, no, bro, you can't have him. And then I'm like really mad now that I'm even dealing with this again, because I've already accepted this. Why won't my heart accept this? Let me free of this. And that was the battle yesterday. I don't want to. It's not that, you know, and that was the coming clean. It's not that I don't want to love you. I just can't love you because, you know what I mean? It's not that I don't love you. And why I don't want to love you is because I can't. You won't let me. God won't let me. The situation won't let me. It's not that I don't. It's that I do. And that's why this causes so much pain. It's because I do want to love you. But I can't. So I just want it all to go away. And that's where they had to show me in dummy terms. They had to show me like people's first loves. Like that just never goes away. And everybody has to overcome their first love is what they were trying to teach me. And that's a painful lesson. And it's embarrassing to have to learn that lesson so far in your life. But again, that's supposed to be the fucking miracle of it is if you didn't fall in love with him, you were never going to fall in love. Well, this is painful. And that's what it is. It's a whole life lesson to love. It's better to love and to love and to lose than to never love at all. Ta-da! It doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. And that's what it is. It's like I'm a whole fucking walking, fucking talking book of this bullshit. But it's not fair. It doesn't feel good. And you try to make it through, and that was it yesterday. It's like every person has had to lose love and had to overcome this. You're going to have to overcome this. Well, how? What power do I have over this? How can I overpower this? Was the fight yesterday, and that's what I learned. You can't overpower it. And you can't forget him. You'll never forget him, and you'll never, you know what I mean? You'll never stop loving him. You just have to accept that you lost him. Well, I already accepted that a lot of times. What I couldn't accept is that I still loved him. Why can't I just stop? Why can't I just stop loving him? You think once you lose them that you'll be over them. That didn't work. And it's like I have to just keep losing him over and over again. And that's painful. I don't know. There's somebody out there that knows how I feel. That's what they said. Shut up, Allie. It's Allie. It's you. If I'm ever gonna... It's him. He knows how I feel. He knows the whole extent of heartbreak and rejection. He is a check-in to the Heartbreak Hotel. He knows how this feels. Ellie, it doesn't mean anything. We all feel this way. We have to overcome it. Can't make a career on that bullshit. This is a shitty feeling. That's where I go with you guys. Can't make a career out of this. This is a shitty feeling. You want to just live in this feeling of need for acceptance for us, this feeling of anger, fucking Marshall, this feeling of heartbreak, fucking whatever your fucking face is, Ellie, this feeling of fucking I need to win, fucking Lewis. That's it. You're just a shadow of my dark feelings. I want to just stay in those dark feelings, and I don't want to feel that way anymore, and you're just an expression of that feeling. Meaning, I don't want to hang out with you because you're all about bad feelings. I don't feel that way anymore. I mean, every time I do feel that way, you're exactly my go-to. It's you, Allie, come hold me. I'm heartbroken and rejected. I have this burning desire for someone that doesn't want me. You know all about that, Allie. That's all. You know all about that life, right, Allie? Fucking, that was me yesterday. I just want to fucking punch somebody in their fucking face. Marshall, you know all about this, right? Right? I am so much better than all of you. Hey, Kanye, you know all about that life, right? Again, these are all low vibrational parts of me that attach to your actual self. You could be a better self too. Kobe says so. It has nothing to do with your work. Your work sucks. It just inspires bad selves in everybody. It brings out the worst in everybody. I told you that. That's it. What did your fucking song tell? What is this bullshit you're releasing? Here comes my dark twin flame with his dark vibration on a fucking Friday. Who's gonna push me tomorrow? It's always Russ. Russ the bus. Here he comes. You know, fucking destroy my freedom bus. Comes in. Here's the song, right? Keep moving. Meaning, pack up your fucking baggage, put it away like your feelings don't matter, and keep moving. Because your mommy needs a new car. Oh my God, you're so unhealed. New music every weekend. Allie's going to come and tell us how bad it hurts to be rejected and how much we long for them. I don't want to live in that. I was such a bad father and I was so selfish and I don't want to live in that. Yeah, it's my reality, bro. But I don't want to live in it. You want to make money off of it, and you want to fucking have people fucking sitting there crying at your concerts and lighting a fucking flame to our pain. Burn this bitch down. I've had enough. And that's why God is calling me to the music industry with an awesome new rapper. Ha! Fuck all of y'all. In the sense of, you guys are stupid. I tried to make you better. I can't make you better. Only you can. Going back to these bunk-ass relationships. Somebody's cooking garlic. Do you smell it? I smell it. It's important to achieve this for yourself. Write that letter, make that call, or have that conversation over a cup of coffee. For a peace of mind, accept matters that as they are. Make amends if need be, and declare your feelings, even if only to yourself. That's it. It doesn't matter. He's hiding. He doesn't want me to know his feelings, and that was always the thing. He couldn't express them. He didn't know how he felt, and all I wanted was that, and he couldn't give me that. He couldn't give me something real. He could only give me his dick. And I didn't want it. But then we found out I did. This is not funny. I can get dick anywhere. I wanted feelings. Does feelings come with dick? Because they have every shape and size at that store, bro. I was very surprised. And they come in different colors. Like, do you have a preference? No, it can only be a black dick. Okay, what? Have you ever tried a white one? It's super funny. It's like, I guess, if you're looking, what does that matter? Do you really look at the color? I guess, if it's attached to a whole human being. And that's what I was laughing about. You guys are hilarious. This is too much in your relationships. This Venus retrograde is painful. As they said, it is messy. Be clear about what was left unresolved and close the door on the past so you can set yourself free. Only then can new love blossom. Meaning, I'm ready to go out and do this all again. I guess. There's lessons to be learned. And I'm tired of learning them with you. And that's what happens. You can only teach me so much about myself. Where somebody else is new and they're going to teach me, they're going to push me to be a new version of myself that I've never had to be. You know what I mean? They're going to invite me to do things I've never did before, and I'm going to have to be brave. I'm going to have to go, where I've never gone before. But if I keep hanging out with the same host motherfuckers, we're going to do the same old shit. There's no adventure in that. You're not pushing my limits. You're pushing my fucking patience. In essence, there's no growth, and that's what I begged for. There's no more. I've loved them as far as I can love them. All that I'm getting back is pain and suffering. It's creating new wounds. See it? Yep. Prosperity message. Make sure you complete properly before starting new ones. Perhaps you have created something special that will increase your sense of abundance and bring you opportunities for wealth. However, if you don't see it through, it won't add up to anything but more clutter. And that's it. My main priority is getting my teachings out. The music is to levitate the teachings. What is it? High Priestess Phoenix. She makes high vibrational music. She's all about healing. Go check out her channel. That's it. It's my channel to check out my music. It's my music to check out my channel. I'm a teacher. I'm going to be all out and more. I'm not putting on a different suit. I'm stepping on a different stage with the same message, with a good vibration. Picking up good vibration. Going back to it. That's it. However, if you don't see it through, now is the time to put your nose to the grindstone and complete the tasks that you have accumulated. Pay your bills, sign the documents, do your filing, hand in the assignments, complete a work of art. And that's it too. What do I need? I just need to talk to people in the film industry. And I can actually do it here locally. We have a film festival here. I don't know where to start. I'm doing something I've never done. I've never gone into film. I have a great videographer. I maybe need to talk to him. Because eventually I'm going to make and that's it. Pull back these people, you know what I mean, that you needed. I had a great videographer. He knows what to do with film. In essence, he does the filmings up at fucking Red Rocks for all the shows and all these artists and stuff. So, of course, that's why I have do my actual music videos. He probably knows what to do with all of my... I had said it in the beginning, if he would help me with all of this. Now it's all done. It's all done. I mean, it's not. It's ever expanding, but the actual whole of it is done. The awakening is done. You know what I mean? Walking in the awakening is what we document here. Tie up the loose ends so you can move forward and with surety, knowing that you are on a prosperous path and feeling refreshed and excited about this future. And that's it too. That's what I mean. I have the money to call him for a video. I have the money to get these licensings, for new songs. I have money for studio time now. I have all of this. I didn't put it all into a trailer. Oh, get it? Into a trailer. Ooh, Holy Spirit. Too good. All right, in essence, I can fucking pay for a fucking, I could drop $5,000 on World Star in a video. Get my name out there. I can do this. I can pay for my own advertisement. I got the product. And then, film festivals are going to start coming, and that's it too. I can pay to, catch a flight and go and find these people. I don't know who these people are, but I have something that they want to see. Everybody wants to be part of it. This is a multi-billion dollar fucking industry that I'm about to unleash. Not the music, but that too. I'm going to change music. For sure. There's a radio station here that's already built for me. God built all of this. All I had to do was do the work. Which was what? Heal and show people how to do it. That's all I got to keep doing. When unfinished business, protection message. When unfinished business casts a shadow over your life, it is a reminder that procrastination is a form of self-sabotage. And that was what was interesting, is seeing him again reminded me where I started. I was unbelievable at music when I just started. By the end of my fucking album, dude, the last song that I did with Tree and all this blew up, it was the baddest song, bro. That's it too. I could probably just go pay my fucking $40 with DistroKid and it all gets resurrected and it's all back up there for me. You know what I mean? All the work that I thought I had lost comes back to life. It wasn't bad work to start with. It's not a bad resume. I'm proud of it. That's what I started. Wait till you see where I've been. You know what I mean? How much better I've gotten. And it wasn't about making more music. It was getting better inside so that I had better things to talk about outside, a better attitude, a better mentality, a better message. Those messages were about my feelings, my hurt feelings, my negative feelings, my negative aspect towards life. And you know what I mean? It was Lilith on wax. It's not in your best interest to stall. Even stumbling forward is better than holding back. Don't overthink things or let yourself get distracted. Just tie up loose ends and deliver the result. Don't quit before the finish line. Spirit wants you to win. Meaning this will be done. All I have to do is take the steps. I don't have to make quantum leaps, you know what I mean? I don't have to make this happen overnight, but I can make you a celebrity overnight. It just takes one person, the right people, to see it. And that's it. Then we start the production of it. It's already done. I don't have to make it, dude. All we got to do is watch the footage. There's no editing to it. All we're going to do is add extra to it. There's nothing we're going to take away from it. We can only add more to it now looking back, which would be me. This is what you were doing, and then you have a side piece of me. Let's break this down. Where were you going through? I can see now what I was thinking. At this time, this is what was happening. I mean, it's past what would be the present, which is me recording it, but it would still be past, present, and future. In the essence, it's done. I have in the first page, I have over 1,300 posts. They started becoming our videos at least 1,000. I only spent about, you know what I mean, a couple hundred posts of my music, if that. It became spiritual immediately, and I started documenting the mental health of it, the shadow work, immediately. I didn't know that was what was happening. All my shadows were coming up. I didn't know the terminology. I didn't know nothing. It was just pouring out. And then you go into my second page, which is over 1,400 hours. These were more than an hour, each of these. These were fucking documenting every day, every experience of every, you know, from me traveling all over the U.S. and every lesson I learned and how I was learning magic and how I was learning the spirits and how I was getting visuals and all of this stuff, doing rituals and, you know what I mean, all of that. And then you have my YouTube. Now, what you don't know is there's over 200 videos hidden on my YouTube. Because in the beginning of this, I was just teaching magic. I was teaching all of the craft. And then I realized that it was Excel teaching, that they were the right teachings, but done with the wrong intentions, it was going to blow up. And I was assured that everything would be set to rest from what they learned and to just put it away. So as far as occult teachings, Wicca teachings, tarot teachings, how to use magic, how to harness energies, all of that, it's all in there. I have my life's work, what my life accumulated to, and the work I went through to become what I am, and how to shed what I was, is all documented in the last, you know what I mean, 3 years. And now I told you, all I'm supposed to do this year is get it out there. It's unbelievable. But as much as it is, it's like, as much as it's my story, the members in this story have always been part of this story. It's our story, but they haven't harnessed this journey, that this evolutional journey that everybody in the world will take. When will you start taking this journey? They're about to learn about it. People will be far into the journey before you've ever harnessed it, and you're still trying to hold on to your dead lives. I'm quite embarrassed for you, but in the essence, it's like that's it, is you will see the people that will not. And that's it. It's like you'll see it. No matter as much as you want to say they play the bad role, they play a real role of how people will really reject God's calling on their life. And it's going to be a choice. Everybody that watches that is going to be called by the Holy Spirit. They'll have to make their own choices. Just like you do as you watch my videos. You see how this what this means in your life. You see how I harness it and what I'm going to do with it in my life. But when you turn off the fucking video, you have to face your own choice. Now you're left with the Holy Spirit inside of you that is reflected on seeing what I've done and is encouraging you to do the same in your life. How many of you do it? Some people will start doing it immediately. And they'll be like me, quicker than me, because they didn't have as much karma to go through. How much karma, how many lessons are you not learning? Some people they didn't have many lessons to learn in this life to ascend. I don't ascend by myself. Some of them just haven't figured out, they just have a couple little things to figure out, and then they're done with this life. And they can start becoming a service to mankind, and then they're done with life. They're set free. Some of you, no. No. Alright, well, we're going to end on that note. I smell some lunch. Somebody is cooking the shit out of some garlic. I told you what I'm going to do. We're going to go hit the point today, probably, I don't know when. We're going to go hang. I've never been to a thrift store down this way, so I'll probably, I don't know where I'll go. But that's what we're going to do. Why thrift stores? Because why do I need a brand new fan when there's plenty of fans that people have thrown away because they got air conditioners? I'm practical. I'm cheap. It's fun because if I don't buy a $50 fan, I can go spend $10 on a fan, and as kids start wanting stuff, I feel like I'm winning because I didn't buy I don't know. It's manipulation of my own mind and finances. You can't. I do. You're not going to manipulate me to spend more. I spend less. Gonna save that money. Little Dicky. There we go. That was a good one. Hey, it's a good day. Tomorrow, we start the hard work again. We go into the feelings. Enjoy the day that God has given you, because tomorrow is a day of challenge. Ride the wave. Later, haters. I'm hungry.